2025 is going to be a big year for the Google Ads platform, simply because what used to work all of these previous years will no longer work in 2025. And although it's important to implement the right approach and strategies with Google Ads, it's even more so important to not make any of these 5 mistakes which I'm about to mention in this video, because they can put you back 2 steps, 5 steps, even 10 steps when it comes to your Google Ads results. But with that, let's go over the first mistake which you should absolutely not do at any cost in 2025 with Google Ads, and that is to focus on the wrong metrics. I speak to so many e-commerce brands, even to this day, where these brands, they think the main metrics which drive Google Ads scale and growth are metrics like cost per acquisition, CPAs, or cost per link clicks, the CPCs, or even the return on ad spend, the ROAS. Now, although these are very important metrics, these are metrics which basically determine the entire trajectory of your Google Ads scale and your brand in general, these are not the main metrics which drive your brand forward, because these are secondary metrics. What I mean by this is there needs to be something else influencing your Google Ads strategy, influencing your Google Ads results in general, for these metrics to even go up or down. Because if you start focusing on the right metrics, such as the CTRs or the search impression share or the click share, these are the metrics which will then drive your ROAS forward. Because if you think about it, if your click-through rate is increasing for a high-quality audience, that means you're getting more people on your website for the same amount of money you were spending before. And this is going to directly cause your cost per link clicks to go down. And if this audience is high quality, well, now you're going to get more sales. Your return on ad spend is going to go up as a result. So I don't want you to be focusing on these metrics going into 2025, because although they matter, they're just a byproduct of what your entire funnel looks like and what you're doing on the other side of the strategy. But this brings me to the second mistake which you should not be doing in 2025, and that is running data campaigns for too long. Now, trust me, I get it. If you had a campaign that was performing well and running for a very long period of time, and suddenly for whatever reason, without really making any change, it just stops performing, it can be hard to just shut it off completely. You may want to optimize it regularly. You may want to take out the bad products, take out the bad keywords, etc. But the mistake so many brands make is they keep on going with this campaign weeks and weeks in, even after it has stopped performing, just because it used to perform a while back. Now, this is a very bad approach with Google Ads, because it leads your brand into a very tough situation. You end up putting all of this budget, all of this ad spend into a campaign which has already showed you that it's not going to work, and you end up destroying your own results. Because keep in mind, if you're running a good amount of ad budget to a bad campaign, it's probably getting in bad data at this point, and that bad data is basically training your entire algorithm for the types of people that fall under this campaign, which essentially are not ideal because they're not buying it. But that doesn't mean that you just want to get rid of a campaign the moment it starts to do bad. Ideally, what we like to do for any brand we work with under my agency is we like to give it about 7 to 14 days to perform. If it's not performing within 7 to 14 days and after multiple optimizations, it's time to cut that campaign off and focus on the other campaigns which are performing, or relaunch the original one which we just shut off. And by the way, if you run a brand doing $1 million a year, you need extra help scaling your brand to the next level, go onto my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and make that happen. But this brings me to the third major mistake you can make with Google Ads going into 2025, which is optimizing based around the wrong metrics. When I say wrong metrics, I'm referring to things such as cost per link clicks, conversion rates, invalid click rate. All these metrics, they're not really ideal metrics for you to be optimizing around. Same thing is true for conversions. Now, your conversions can fluctuate up and down depending on your strategy. You can have actually lower numbers of conversions, but if your ad account and your campaigns are going after higher average order value orders, then that means you will have more revenue for lower numbers of conversions. You don't want to optimize because you have low conversions, because your revenue is making up for it via the average order value. So keep this in mind. This brings me to the fourth mistake you should avoid at all costs, and that is not separating brand traffic versus cold traffic campaigns. I've seen this happen so often where e-commerce brands, they goes all in when it comes to the campaign approaches, campaign strategies, but they fail to realize that 90% of the results for that campaign are from branded search terms, and this goes completely against their ad approach. They don't realize this because they're not looking into the insight section, they're not looking at the keywords they're ranking for. So this is a very bad approach, especially if you're just running campaigns on very generic settings, on very just basic approaches. Instead, what you want to do is you want to separate out your branded keywords and branded traffic campaigns against those which are going after cold traffic. This makes it so any cold traffic campaign, you have any brand keyword, search term, etc. excluded completely. So there is no room for any types of branded sales creeping up within these campaigns. And then you have a very small amount of budget going towards branded traffic campaigns, such as branded search, such as maybe even performance max going after brand keywords, or even search campaigns going after brand keywords. This is the ideal approach, and what we do in terms of budget distribution for this approach is the 80-20 rule, where 80% of our budget goes towards cold traffic, 20% goes towards these branded search terms and retargeting, because this is what leads that account to properly get data that is strong and high quality via retargeting, and there's a healthy amount of cold traffic coming through as well for the campaign. This brings me to the final mistake, which you should absolutely not do at any cost with Google Ads, and that is not testing every single one of your products or SKUs or variations properly. I see so many brands even to this day where they're just focused so heavily on their bestseller, on their best performer, that even though that bestseller, best performer has 50 different colors and sizes and other variations, they don't ever get tested, because this brand is just focused on making that one color or that one size the best performing product, and they put all of their budget to it. This is a very big mistake, because what you want to understand is every single product, every single variation, SKU, etc. with Google acts as an individual product. This is very powerful, because now instead of just one product entering the auction trying to win that auction, you have this whole force of different products, SKUs, variations trying to win that same exact auction. And this means when you end up on Google, you can end up ranking 3 or 5 different products within the top 5 to top 10 listings instead of just having one product ranked there. And this means you will have higher market share, you'll have more exposure to your ideal audience, which means there's a higher chance of you actually selling something. This is a very big win for so many brands out there, which they don't capitalize on because they're so focused on just getting that one major product, one major SKU variation to become a winning product. Although that's great, it's not going to scale your brand in 2025 onward. So take that approach away. Stop being so narrow-minded on just a select few products, and rather go broad. Try to make multiple products win the top 5 to top 10 auctions by having the right product seed, by having the right approach, etc. And this is eventually what's going to help your brand scale to the very next level. But again, if you run a brand doing $1 million a year, you need extra help scaling to the next level, go on to my website at yourmarketing.com, schedule a free call with me, and let's see if we can potentially work together and make that happen. But check out this case study I did of a brand right here, which we scaled to multi-7 figures by not doing any of these 5 mistakes I mentioned in this video.